Our settlement has been found, and by decree of Archduke Melon, he is taken over the area. We are under strict orders to stick to his building program. We have no idea why he's here or what he wants, but what we do know is that he's left Overseer Brian to watch over what we're doing, and should we stray from the path laid before us, there will be consequences. The first two things on the agenda is to increase our lumber production for the city that we have to build. We received a map from Archduke Melon by way of one of the Nomads that entered the settlement. He has highlighted the areas that we should be building in and what should go where. I believe we have no choice but to do as we are told, but we have no weapons. At the moment, we're just farmers. What else can we do but do as we are told? Hello there, my name is Vayify and welcome to our Banished MegaMod 9 series, and as you just saw, the Archduke has cast his gaze upon our fair settlement, and he wants his slice of the pie. Thankfully, he's not here in person. However, he has left Brian to watch over us, and as you can see, Brian has his own building in town where he can watch upon what we're doing to make sure that we're sticking to what we should be doing.
All I hear is talking and no action.
Yes, Brian, okay, I'm going to get on with it. So let's have a look here. What do we have? We have Brussel Sprout seeds, and they're bloody expensive. We don't have much to trade at the moment, so I'm sort of tempted to keep hold of that. As you know, part of the plan is to put some farmland in, but we don't have much. In fact, this trader itself has absolutely nobody. Let's completely empty this and fill the other one up with absolutely everything that we can possibly sell. Survival coats, I don't think we want to be selling those. I would think that we've probably got quite a few herbs as well, so we could probably sell some herbs. Are they on here? E, F, G, H, there we go. Alphabetical order, and I still can't find it. I don't know what these are worth, but I'll put them in. Fodder, we'll just put all the fodder and all the flowers. And we don't have a lot of firewood, so we won't mess around with that. Okay, so we'll leave this pin. We'll leave that up there. So one of the first things that was pointed out is I've started to set up this logging, I suppose, empire you could say up here, but no. The Archduke doesn't want that because it's too close to the town that we're going to be building, and this is prime farmland. The soil is very fertile here, obviously with all the rivers and lakes nearby, and he's under the impression that this river here is fast flowing and he wants water wheels, not the sort of sawmills that I've been putting in here. Oh, ooh, did somebody just die? Old age. Oh, thank goodness. I mean, sounds a little bit rude, right? But at least it wasn't me causing death. So let me pause the game and just momentarily, but let's start planning out exactly what we need to do here. So we do need to put a forester in, so let's check out our options. At some point we're going to have to put down this hardwood forester, but we don't need hardwood right now. I think we'll just go for the Forester Lodge New Trees, which is the same building we used before. I don't know if there is different variants. Oh, there is. It's sort of like the one with the tower. I don't know. I think we'll go with that one. Now, if we just check out the radius here, so farmland-wise, this area is quite immense, so we'll probably get away with putting it somewhere maybe about there, because that will give us a bit of space for the water wheels. I have no clue where I just put that. But we'll find it. I wish there was like an overlay so you could see where the building is. In fact, there is one way, I suppose. If we do the increased priority, there it is. We know exactly where it is now. And I'm tempted to put some stone roads in, but we don't have a lot of stone. Let's just go with the dirt road for now. The other thing I need to sort of be mindful of here is the travel distance for the people that are going to be working here. The good thing about this game is they'll always pick the closest house, right? So I may put some houses nearby and some houses over here when we sort of move things around and turn this into farm country. The next thing we need to think about, because there's already plenty of trees here, right, is the sawmill. Just looking through some of our options here, I saw we have a wind sawmill. I've not seen this one before, but that is quite nice. I may find somewhere to put that at some point, but we were specifically told, oh my goodness, there's another one here, that it has to be a water mill. So that's what we'll go for.
He listens. Threats work well clearly.
Okay, this looks like a good spot here, so we'll get this firmly in the water. There we are. Perfect. That needs stone logs. How are we doing for stone? What we got here? That's firewood. Iron. We've got plenty of stone, but there's loads and loads of resources around, so I'm not panicking too much. What I might do in the meantime is if we get rid of this mini cutter here, Don't know why I did it that way, because it completely switched off the other building. Let's get rid of you. And we'll switch this building here, put someone back in, to firewood. I'll venture a guess this may process firewood a little bit quicker. I'm not sure. Oh gosh, I see nomads. I'm sort of tempted, you know. I'm tempted, because we're going to be doing a lot of expansion here. How's our school holding up? 4 students. Yeah, so we're not getting anyone through anytime soon. One thing that was pointed out to me was I don't have a market. I thought I did. I just, you know, when you just don't think about what you're doing, which is generally, you know, 9 times out of 10 for me, that's what happens. So we're going to find a smallish market just to service this area. Obviously, it's going to get moved around, but we need something in the meantime. Okay, I think we're going to go for this one. This one needs a lumber, but we have lumber, thankfully. I may sort of drop it here. Maybe a little bit higher, because we may keep this one later, but the only problem is that's like sort of covering a lot of the water there. So let me sort of think about it. That's going to be the farmland. This is going to be like the houses exactly sort of where they are now. So we may just sort of slide this in here.
Oh, I bet you will.
Perfect. That will do nicely. Yes, we have the lumber for that. We do need to consider some of the roads that we're using as well, because stone is definitely the way forwards. Okay, we have our market, so if we're going to accept these nomads, we definitely need more houses. So like I said earlier, we could do some houses close by to this. I don't know how many people work here. I'll venture a guess. It's probably 4, but what I'm tempted to use is the log cabin, which, if I remember rightly, is here. Now, I do want to switch to stone eventually, but for now, let me just have a quick look. See the variants. I think we'll use that one. Perfect. And we'll just drop that in right next door. And we're also going to need a house for the mill down here as well. I keep calling it a water mill, but it is a water wheel sawmill, so I don't think it really matters which way around we call it. Do you know what? I think I'll go with the same building, just because they're right next to the river. And it'd be nice to have a look out. Now, I do have houses, obviously, that can go on the river. But why not? Let's sort of think a little bit more long term here. In fact, there we go. We're going to put 2 of those in, because I don't know how many workers are needed, but a couple more around here is not going to harm any. And we are going to accept these nomads. So I think we'll do that now. Oh god, what should be like? Oh, 20. Okay, we definitely don't have the homes for them. I'm just wondering, maybe let's increase the priority of this, because as soon as they come in, they're going to take the food from the barn, and this is just going to go absolutely nuts. Do we need to put a lodging in, or boarding house? Now, I don't really like this building. I don't think it's sort of in keeping with what we're going to do here, but I think that's one of my only options. I could be wrong. I guess we'll drop that in. This will be interesting. Let's see how many of these I kill. I mean, that's not the goal, but essentially that's probably what's going to happen. I was just going to say, I wish they would work a little bit quicker, but I've just realized I'm playing on times 2. Stone, yes, so we have everything. Do we? Yes, we have everything that we need here. I was panicked because iron, I don't know if it confuses iron and iron ore, but we'll soon find out. So hopefully that'll get done quickly. They're going to remove all this stone, which by proxy is going to give us more stone, which is fantastic. For all those builders on one building, I say that and they all run off. Perfect. And there it is, the first market that we have. Okay, so I may put 2 people in here. I don't know how many it's going to need, but 2 seems like a good number. So they should start bringing everything in. So we definitely need this one doing next. So let's stick a priority on that, because we are building several things, right? So they may be tempted to, yeah, sort of work on these. This one is now up and running. So this can take 4 people. Let me just drop a couple of builders. And we'll go for 4. Do you know what? I'm going to go back on what I said. We're going to get rid of this building, which I know will take up some of my builders, but it's fine. I just want to sort of focus on this. And there is the sound of the trees all falling, which means logs, no problem. And that's sort of why this building is not finished, I suppose. How's the market doing? Ah, ooh. I was about to say, it's filling up nicely, and all of a sudden, nothing. But that's good, so hopefully that will stem the sort of the flow of how goods are going out. It'll also take some pressure off my bonds as well, which is which is really needed. I love it when a plan comes together. This building, perfect. Although I sort of think this bump, would that slow the water down? I don't know, because it's sort of picking up speed through here, comes round. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not very good when it comes to fluid dynamics. I'm not very good when it comes to anything, really. So we'll just assume it's in the right place. In fact, it is about to be completed, which will be the second thing on the list that we were left. Oop, then there it is. So we have the forester. We now have a water wheel sawmill as requested. We also have a market, which is perfect, but this does... So lumber, firewood, we don't really need to use it right now, so I'm tempted to sort of leave it as is. But it is there. These houses are being built. My concern now is it is a little bit cold. The 4 people don't have any homes. But these houses are almost done, so we may, just may, be okay. As this one is almost done, I'm going to just quickly chuck a priority on it. It's so close. One of the other ones must have finished in time. Perfect. Food is still okay. We are short on firewood, so maybe, you know, if we put an extra person in, firewood, there we are. We're probably going to need some sort of storage down here as well at some point. The one thing I want to do with these areas is sort of not finish them perfectly, but have them set out sort of the way that I want them to be. So if I decide to come in and do a little bit of decoration, in fact, I'm going to do some decoration, let's be honest. I don't want to be moving these things around too much. So hopefully wherever they are now is the sort of final place. And I just realised I didn't quite set that up perfectly, but we'll do a little bit of a road there. We could probably put some logs outside this just to spruce it up a little bit. Well, now we've got all these people in here, we definitely need more houses. It's something we're going to have to do. I'm just looking at clothes. We're doing okay. I guess that's probably because we're getting feathers from here. Now, the other thing I'm sort of thinking of, is this the chicken breeder? It is. Is this the best place to get feathers from? I don't know, but...
Don't look at me.
It's producing a decent amount, so I'm just wondering, should we put another one of those in? That is under this, if I remember correctly, and this one. Chicken breeder. I mean, it's a dock chicken breeder, so realistically speaking, it should be on water, but I might just put 2 of them there for now. Eggs, we've definitely got that. I do want to move away from survival coats, but I guess until we get something like flax, I think we're probably stuck with that. Reeds, yeah, so we're a little bit short on feathers. I'm just wondering about these Brussels sprout seeds. What have I got that I can trade? Not a lot in the way of food, that's for sure, because I sort of want to keep that. Clear fruit. Is there any fruit? I don't think there is. No. I'm just wondering if we trade lumber. I'm going to put a second person in here. There we go. Where's lumber? There it is. I have no clue what the value of this is. Let's put 500. I have no clue. It could be worth it. It may not be. What else can we produce a lot of? It's hard to say. Lumber is worth 4. That's not too bad. I'd rather trade lumber than tools. So how are we for firewood? We're on 37, but they still use charcoal, I believe. How are we doing for that? In fact, that's switched off. So let me switch that on. Put someone in there. You are producing fire. Wait, geez, I have 2 buildings doing that. And still struggling. Okay, well, you're going to be lumber. This can take 2 people, I think. So the question is, and this will give us... Oh, these are Frisian cows, so this is probably just milk. We probably need some normal cows. But obviously these things can be turned into clothes. Do we have anything that uses... You don't. But we have a... Do we have a tailor? I feel like I did build one. Ah. Wool coat. There we go. Let's chuck you in there. May as well. And the limit for clothes is 50. Let's up that to 100 for now. If we have the resources, we may as well produce. Oh my god, they're literally living on fish, eggs and duck meat. Oh gosh, I wouldn't like to follow them in the bathroom. Oof.
Now you know how Mrs. V feels.
I can see we've lost another person there, but it's old age. Old age is fine. I'm happy that they're dying of old age and just not neglect on my part. I'm just thinking we probably need a road through here. Do you know, I'm sort of tempted to sort of go along here. We just clear some of this out so I can see a little bit better. I think, yeah, we're on the sort of edge of the area of this forester. Still collecting fodder. I feel like that's just going to be something that always happens. Oh, I was about to say food has dropped quite a bit, but it did pick up again. I am a little bit concerned about food. But this is stored food, not including what they have in their house. So maybe we'll be fine. I'm tempted to put another hunting blind in because these things are just like crazy. Although, apiary. I think we'll put them here. I think they'll just be a bit of an extra buffer when it comes to the food. We're sort of okay. I'm not like overly concerned, but I think we'll be fine. What are these? There's so many. Village apiary. There's so many different things. This is why I love this mega mod. I'm just saying. There's so many options for everything. And the good thing is, some things look pretty, some things don't, but then you've got the different cost of building, the different production. It doesn't really go through all that information, unfortunately. But at least we know we have options, and it's not just going to be a carbon copy all the way across. I will try and keep a similar style of building across the village slash city, depending on how big it gets, but I like the idea, especially because I live in London, so you can see like the old and the new. So there is a little bit of room there for having some older and different looking buildings and some newer sort of modern buildings, at least within the confines of the game anyway. Okay, I'm just going to stick a couple of buildings in here. I've never used these before. I did see there was some different models. I'm not sure which one we put in, but it's a storage area for logs, so we'll put that in there. I just want to try some different things out. I may not keep it, we'll see what happens. Food, still sort of okay. I think we're desperate really to really get the farming going. I could put some more fishing in. Technically speaking, I could use this dock fisher and have one right out here. I'm so determined to get these Brussels sprout seeds, as it is part of the plan to expand the farming area. And I guess if I don't do that in a timely manner, I'm going to hear from Brian. And that's the last thing I want.
Just do as you are told, boy, and all will be fine.
Don't worry, Brian. I am on it. I am on it. Believe me. Okay, we have Brussels sprouts. Perfect. We're in spring, so I think we should have enough time to grow those. Why is nobody picking up the herbs? That's a little bit sort of weird. Tools are not low. It's just because this place is currently pinching everything, so let me take them out of there. As you can see, I also dropped a tidal pool in. We'll drop that there, which is going to give us a little bit more food. I sort of like that building. It's quite nice. And I also put another duck blind, hunting blind here, and another one here. So we're just sort of waiting for that one to get finished. Just to prop up the food a little bit. It's sort of getting strained at the moment. But we're fine. Nobody's starving, which is the main thing. I might even switch this to Brussels sprouts, you know. It sort of makes sense. I don't know why it's not being collected. I don't know if there's a little bit of a glitch in there somewhere. Because it's just literally sat on the field. Oh, there we go. Someone's coming along and picking it up finally. Rather bizarre. Ah, the lovely sprouts are growing. Perfect. The villagers are going to be so happy. Duck meat, fish, sprouts. My goodness. I need to put some more toilets in this town, I think. It's going to be bad. Ooh, I completely forgot about these. 1, 2. There we go. There's some extra food as well. Perfect. We do need to get some more houses in as well for the people that are in the boarding house. I don't know. I think sort of just need to sort of sit back and sort of look at what we've done here. So we have the water wheel in, currently making lumber. We don't need a lot of that right now, so we'll switch that back to firewood. We have the forester here, hopefully. Oh, that's what I like to see. That does make me happy. But they are getting a sort of decent amount of logs. I think once all the stones and stuff are completely gone, which I think they are for the most part, they'll... Oh my god, I thought it was like a trail of ants then for a second. Let me slow the game down. What the hell? There's another batch of them as well. Oh my gosh. That's completely knocked me off what I was doing. But we have this set up now. This will sort of work perfectly. We probably need to increase the storage. Definitely need stone roads or something a little bit faster. So that area will work nicely. We may at some point need to put in an extra one here. Because we're not going to keep up with the demand of logs. But for now, we're sort of fine. And now we have some extra seeds. We could, again, do with more. We can't live off sprouts. It's not going to work in the long run. We can start developing this area here into pure farmland and sort of start moving the houses around. And then we can start thinking about roads and stuff up here and start working on the town, because then we're going to need things like a church or a cathedral even. That'd be quite nice. We're not far off sort of doing that. I know we need to get bricks and glass and that sort of stuff. But I think once we get this into a pure farming area, things will start to come together really quickly. If you have any tips though, any advice, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to hear them. But on that note, until next time, as always, take care.